Do you suffer with a vestibular disorder? There's a lot of different ways, a lot of different symptoms, and a lot of ways people experience vestibular disorders. Some people feel the room spinning around them. Some people, when they're walking, they feel like they're canted off to one side. We've had patients that when they drive, they probably shouldn't be, but when they're driving on flat land, they feel like they're driving uphill. Other people, when they're walking, they feel very brief moments where they feel like the floor is going to drop out beneath them. No matter what type of vestibular disorder you have, and no matter what name that's been labeled on it, most of these issues are stemming from the upper cervical misalignment that's interfering with what's called the vestibular nucleus. It's a nuclei that sits inside the brainstem, right where the top vertebra and the skull meet, and its job is to coordinate sensory information coming in from the eyes, the inner ear, and the neck. So if you're suffering with one of these types of issues and you've been to the HENT, you've been to the vestibular physical therapist, and you've gone through the Epley, and you've taken meclizine and Antivert, and you've tried all these different things, and you've done the hearing aids for the tinnitus feedback, and nothing's working, do yourself a favor, get to an upper cervical chiropractor in your area who specializes in the relationship between the top vertebra and how it fits to the skull. And we also find that a fair number of the people with these vestibular disorders also have a C2, and unlike most cases that we deal with, the third cervical also in a high percentage of cases can be the key to these problems. So in the office, we take 3D imaging that visualizes, let's say the atlas is the problem, this joint and this joint, how it fits to the head, where those two joints fit together, they fit like perfect mirror images. And so if that vertebra is structurally out of position at the joint margin, you're going to see a misalignment, and we use that information in delivering a very precise force into the segment that's misaligned to get it back in its normal range of motion, to get the pressure off the cord and get your central nervous system functioning the way God intended it to function. Hope this video reaches people or out there. I know people are having these things come across them on TikTok, and it's kind of sad that our mainstream system is failing people so badly that they're finding health information on TikTok, but I'm glad we have a platform to get this information to people, because myself 30 years ago, there was no Google, and my parents spent $20,000. I went from doctor to doctor, and no one knew what the heck was going on. And thankfully, through a very long circuitous route, I got to an upper cervical chiropractor, corrected my neck, and it changed my life forever, and it can do yours too.